Hey guys, thanks for checking out the podcast. Before we get started, I want to remind you about the very cool bucket list trip I am doing in 2026, the Smitty Learns Irish podcast, where I'm going to do my bucket list, hike Ireland for a year, learn about Irish history, town by town, through the mouths of the pub owners and regulars. Because what's a better way to learn about something you love than to experience it yourself? Patreon.com/we3smiths, only $3 a month, and thanks for checking it out. And welcome to the Rock Radar. My name is Smitty from the What the Hell Everything podcast. Another stoner reaction and another fucking live Biffy Clyro reaction. I can't tell you how stoked I am for this. And save the best for last. In my reaction videos that I've recorded today, recording date June 16th, 02. It's the last day of reaction videos in my SmitHole original SmitHole Studio before I move to my temporary, before moving into the final one, which will happen some fucking time this year. So this is the last batch of reactions for a while. So hang with me, bear with me. Hopefully you'll join me the next places I'm at, and just know the content is going to keep coming. And of course, saving the best for last, because I've absolutely fucking fallen in love with this band, Biffy Clyro. Everything I hear is some of the best, my most favorite rock and roll of all fucking time. And I go back when Dell, I want to say, requested Stingin Bell live at Tea in the Park 2014, and I can only imagine it is top quality Biffy Clyro fucking rock and roll. Oh, sponsor shout out. Let's do that. Before I get to the reaction, a real quick, huge shout out to my sponsor, M22 in Suttons Bay. If you've never been to the beautiful region of Traverse City, northern Michigan, there's so much to enjoy and a great place to stay. Make your reservations. Cute little bungalow things. I always said to myself, how do I describe this M22 in Suttons Bay? Is it a hotel or is it a motel? It's an inn, dummy, M22 Inn, Suttons Bay, with a great view of West Grand Traverse Bay, essentially Lake Michigan shores, along the historically gorgeous M22 Drive. So if you're looking to book some vacation time in one of the fastest growing tourist spots in the country, here you go, M22 Inn, Suttons Bay. Thanks so much. All right, guys, got to show the love to people that show me love, and definitely love Kevin and the crew at M22 in Suttons Bay. Biffy Clyro, Stingin Bell, live, Tea in the Park, 2014. Never heard this song before. And real quick, just so you know, Patreon, $3 a month, link in the description, going down real hard, including album reactions to Biffy Clyro. That's happening a lot. And I heard Bob bagpipes, and this gives me rock and roll boners. That's okay. Here's the question in my head, because I'm always like, it's a stupid question. Then why ask it? Start the whole fucking thing over again. Smitty. Here we go. Holy shit. You guys, just like, that song, The Golden Rule, that's, to me, my favorite Biffy Clyro song so far. It was like the most rockin' fucking thing I had heard in I don't know how many years. I listened to that song every day, probably 3 times a day, including during runs, workouts, and just in general, to get fired up for the day, whatever. And I'm just like, man, live Biffy Clyro, I need to fucking experience immediately. This is already just ripping. My goodness. Bringing it back again. Sorry, guys. This excites me on levels that I haven't heard in a long time.
time. 'Cause mine is yours, and yours is mine. You made me laugh, or made me cry. Guess I'm right. Taking flight, sky is made. The singing bell, clearly washed away. Craving all the simple signs, side of tragic day. The singing bell, clearly washed away.
Man, they just have a way, unlike a lot of fucking bands, because I think they're top tier fucking rock and roll, of just like, it's completely fucking rocking out, but then interchanging melodies and like sing along anthems. You know, my sampling size of Biffy Clyro is relatively small. I've heard some new stuff. I've been going down album reaction rabbit holes on Patreon, so I've heard the first couple albums so far. And then things sprinkled in, you know, here and there. But I'm getting an idea of, like, their growth. Like, I know some people are unhappy, maybe that's not the right word, or would prefer them to be a little more rockin' and not as mellow now. But, I've heard some just fucking great songs. My favorite bands are bands that evolve and do different things. And I put myself in the position listening to just, again, the sampling size that I have so far of Biffy Clyro, and I get an idea of like, oh, okay, they're in like a, you know, they're probably 10 years into their career at this point, probably 4 or 5 albums right off the top of my head. I don't even know. But you can hear the evolution. You know what I mean? You can hear the evolution where you're fucking ripping, but now we're starting to mix in some cool fucking dynamics, some cool songwriting things, some cool melodies that they had before, but I feel like they're really taking advantage of those things now at this point in their career. And I don't have any idea what the fuck I'm talking about. Fucking jamming though. They get in these fucking Biffy modes where they just want to destroy all their instruments, which I'm okay with, you know, where they're just honestly just trying to punish those fucking guitars and honestly those strings and drums. They're trying to punish them and break them. And I'm sure they succeed once in a while, but this sounds fucking really good. There's a level of fury and fucking intensity with this band, too, that are very reminiscent with a small handful of bands that I like. Just ferocious is the word to fucking describe it. You know what I mean? Where you just go out there with the mindset to just blow people's fucking faces off. Like Metallica in their fucking heyday. Rage Against the Machine. are fucking ferocious bands. I mentioned Queens of the Stone Age before. Ferocious fucking live bands where you're just fucking ripping. And yeah, there are other bands that rock, but the point is that these guys are ferocious. And I like it. Damn, man, what a fucking band. What a band. What a band. They just have a way. They just have a way of making me love them. It's a true story, man. Going down rabbit holes, man. Way more Biffy on Patreon. $3 a month. That's it. That's all. I will express mad love to you and them on that Patreon channel. Plus all the other reaction stuff I'm doing. The What the Hell Everything podcast, live streams on the Patreon page. What the Hell Everything, or excuse me, the Rock and Roll Roundtable album review podcast. Bunch of other stuff that is upcoming and in the works as soon as I get in my studio. So thank you guys. Have a good one. What the hell everything?